T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Turkey sandwich, T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Turkey sandwich. Let me see if this is up and running. Hello. Elay, are you there? Elay, oxygen free. Elay, are you there? Present. I can hear myself. So if I hear myself, that means you can hear me too. Good. Let me see which internet connection I have that's going on. So far, so good. Barnaby, it is 1:59 p.m. It is June 18th, 1:59, basically 2 o'clock. So happy lunchtime / how was y'all lunch? Some of y'all who are taking late lunches, congratulations. I think I would rather take a late lunch. I like taking late lunches. Well, the last place I worked at, I like taking late lunches to get it out the way, meaning get the other people out of the way so I can have more time for myself. Thank you for coming in. I'm happy. Like I said this morning, I was going to come today, and I actually said I was going back today and make another video, which is true. I'm here present, but it was going to be in the evening. But I have some time right now. The way things are working around for me right now, it's best for me to take this window in time and participate in making the video right now. So better be getting it while the getting is good, and getting the video in here. This is part 4 for regular show. I have my mini computer with me, and I look forward to possibly getting finished with this to see what else the future has for me. I am winging it right now. I don't have the mini computer on the I don't have the mini computer on the cell phone. I don't have the mini computer on outlet plugging right now, so it's running on the battery. So I'm getting ready to get into it. If you're interested in following me, I forgot to put the link down into the I forgot to put the link in the description, but I read it from Wikipedia, the regular show, and I'm down at the production part already. Should I say already? How could it be already in this 4th regular show video, and I haven't even made it through this whole article yet? I tell you, every paragraph I read off of Wikipedia in reference to the regular show, I start talking about things that the article reminds me of, like all the good things. So here I go. For example, Jay with the Quintil guy, he's talking about how the birth of regular show, how it was born when he was in college, and how one thing led to the other, and it's just how cool that is. So I started talking about that. So let me get into it and see how much time I have, because I usually get regular show. Thanks guys for coming in. Hi. I usually get regular shows about a half hour. I don't want to be on too long, but I enjoy doing this, and I have to respect everybody else's time around the house. So I'm in the production part of regular show in the Wikipedia portion, and it says production. The plots of regular show episodes generally begins with a basic problem that the characters must overcome. And do they overcome these problems? Yes. But at the expense of who? Benson having high blood pressure, because I know Benson have high blood pressure. He be turning red in the face all the time. One person who don't have high blood pressure on regular show? Skips. So the plots of regular show episodes generally begin with a basic problem that the characters must overcome while the protagonists work on their task. A magical, supernatural, or strange element appears and complicates the initially simple problem. Sometimes I really think Mordecai and Rigby bring all this on themselves, because they don't follow directions all the way, and then curiosity, thanks to Rigby, gets them in trouble. For example, I keep referencing this episode because it's one of my favorites, setting up the chairs. they had to set up the chairs for the birthday party, right? And so ran out of chairs, so they had to go to the storage room. And Rigby was like trying to get out of that, so he opened the door. He tried to open the door. He's like, "It's locked. Can we go now?" And then after they went into the storage room, there were video games in there. They were covered up like with towels or sheets or something, arcade games. And the one they so happened to uncover, the one video game out of all the video games was the Destroyer of Worlds. And you know what happened when they uncovered that. So while the protagonists work on the task, a magical, supernatural, or strange element appears and complicates the initially simple problem. The writers decided to follow this narrative structure to take advantage of the animation. And take advantage of the animation, they did. I like how they explored their imagination. Have you thought of that? While the creators of regular show are using their imagination, we are actually witnessing them explore their own imagination. As each episode gets created, they have to dig deeper into their imagination to think of something new, while staying in the construct of keeping the plot line going and or the narrative going. So when we're watching SpongeBob SquarePants, even though I know SpongeBob SquarePants is not a Cartoon Network show, just imagine the creators who help participate, who are involving themselves in SpongeBob SquarePants. What type of exercise do they utilize to expand their imagination to get to all of these episodes that they're in? Who would have thought SpongeBob SquarePants would have been going on so long? Number two, who would have thought The Simpsons would have been going on so long? They've been on for over 140 years. I'm over exaggerating, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah. Let me scooch this up a little closer. I tell you, it's funny sometimes how throughout the day the camera shows up differently on me, and maybe it's because the way the sun is shining in here, but nonetheless, my hair is purple. I like it and I'm happy. And I have some purple left over, so when I need to do a retouch, I can. The series is rated PGV. Cartoon Network told Quentin early on that they wanted to age it up for the Y7 stuff we be doing in the past. Yeah, I like Y7. This direction led the crew to use adult-oriented humor with innuendos and, oh, it's true though. Like, you know, they be going to the bar and you know they be drinking adult alcoholic beverages, but they disguise it and mask it up as drinking sodas. But you know good and well, Mordecai and Rigby and the gang, when they go out, they be drinking something else. So the series is rated TV PG. Cartoon Network told Quentin early on that they wanted to age it up for the Y7 stuff we've been doing in the past. This direction led the crew to use adult-oriented humor and innuendos of street pharmaceuticals and alcoholic beverage references. One of the program's storyboard artists, Calvin Wong, said that he enjoys the limitations set by writing for the show since the adult-oriented jokes that are approved are satisfying, and they are in good taste. A regular show is a quality show. It's very good. Now, talking about regular show versus the new Total Drama Island series, the new Total Drama Island. Ooh, you want to talk about pushing boundaries? Maybe that's what I'll get on next after I finally get finished talking about regular show. We talk about Drama Island. I had to see what was behind me. I don't want to be sitting on dust bunnies and get my cute little onesie costume messed up, you know? It's too cute, and it's freshly washed. I don't want to get it back dirty sitting in dust bunnies. Well, you know what I want to drink? I want a Verner's. A Verner's is a type of ginger ale. Oh, I want a Verner's. in the can. And oh, that's good right now. The plot of the episodes were influenced by Quentin's and the writer's personal experience, such as performing prank telephone calls or accepting an eating challenge from a restaurant. So let's backtrack for the telephone calls. Remember the episode when they were like, the 1980s called, they said they want their jackets back. When they got sucked back into the past, that was so real and raw. When I first saw that episode, I was like, I don't know. That episode made me think of Pharrell Williams. I'm CJR. Hello, how are you doing? I am talking about the regular show. This is my fourth installment of me harping on about the show. So that episode was good, and for some reason, that particular episode made me think about the musician Pharrell Williams. Probably because maybe he was born in that time, or his music is kind of stuck in the past. With Pharrell Williams, his music is either two ways, stuck in the past, in the 80s, or so futuristic. I haven't seen anything in the middle. Except when he made a collab, and that song was called Past the Cavassier with Busta Rhymes and a whole fleet of other rappers. So continuing on, the show often references 1980s culture, using music and electronic devices from that era since many factors from the decade left a positive influence on Quentin. The show also makes reference to modern social trends such as viral internet videos. And after reading this, how it says the show often references The show also makes references to modern social trends. The references to modern social trends for me, I instantly went back to when they were talking about 4K Ultra. And dude, we're in 4K Ultra now. Are we in 5K Ultra now? What Ultra are we in, first of all? And second of all, which century are we in? My family and I looked up about 3 days ago to see which century are we in, because to me it seems like we're beyond the 21st century, but according to AI overview, we're still in the 21st century. It don't feel right though. I think we're somewhere else, but tell us anything as long as we're paying our taxes. Just tell us anything, I suppose. The intention of the show's voice acting was to make the most of the characters sound more natural. Really, how does a century feel like anything? Well, time is weird. Some people can be waiting in the line at Dollar Tree or Walmart, the same group of people, and it feels like it's taking forever for some people for them to, get to their time. And for some people, they're occupied or patient or have all the time in the world, or they're busy daydreaming while they're in that same line of people, and their experience of time and waiting could be like, oh, that didn't take long at all. So that's how I feel about rating a century. I think it's a personal thing. Yeah, it's just a time frame. Because when I was super young, one of the worst years I've ever experienced in my entire life was actually 2013. That year was grueling, exhausting, intensive, and I lost so much that year. Year 2013 was the worst year of my life and it lasted the longest. So having said that as examples, it seems like we're well past the 21st century. If anything, right now, today, in this one shiny moment as I talk to you, I'm CJR. It feels like we're in the 26th century. That's how I feel where we are today. But once again, tell us anything. As long as we're paying our taxes, we don't have anything to worry about or complain about. Continuing on my mini computer as I read some things off of wikipedia.com in reference to this cool show called Regular Show, it says here, the intention of the show's voice acting was to make most of the characters sound more natural. Do you think Regular Man sounds natural? He'd be like, oh yeah, I'm Regular Man. Woo! That's not natural. That's not natural. Having the characters not talk loudly. Really? So, in fact, now that I continue reading this in Wikipedia, it has in parentheses having the characters not talk loudly. The only character that do talk the loudest is Muscle Man, and that's good because it forms some dynamic between the realities of the show, like how characters are talking calmly, like how I'm talking with you guys in the natural room setting, like I'm talking like I have some sense, like I know how to use voice control. The intention of the show's voice acting was to make most of the characters sound more natural and conversational. I do like the conversations that they have on regular show because even while listening, for example, when I'm listening to regular show, I like to clean the kitchen because I like to have, like they said, the conversation going on in the background. Because every once in a while, thank you, Aaron Hoffman, I speak softly. Thank you so much. While they're going on conversating in the background, it helps me to try to tighten up on my vocabulary. There are days when I want to strengthen my vocabulary, increase my articulation because it's a personal preference for myself. So I like to listen to regular show in the background, the voice inflections, and even with what is it? I just talked about Toad Drama Island, the new series. They have so many new characters introduced, and they did a really good job using each character. Or should I say, they did a really good job giving each character on Total Drama Island or Total Action Drama a voice or a true identity. So it can help me pick up on accents and all that stuff. So continuing on here, the main constants of voice acting veterans, Mark Hamill, who portrays Skip, and Roger Craig Smith, who plays Thomas. I like Thomas. His face is shaped like a pizza. And he is calm, and he wears regular pants, and he just is there. Like, hey there, I'm Thomas. You guys want to hang out? Sure, we can hang out after my shift is over. I like Thomas. It's a nice calm vibe with him. Continuing on, William Slayers plays the voice of Rigby. Janie Haddad portrays Margaret. Quintel's former Cal Arts classmate Sam Marin voices Benson, Pops, and Muscle Man. Isn't that cool? It's a triple threat. He is a triple threat. Or let's just say a quadruple threat because he has to use his regular voice too. Oh, meow, meow, meow. Mic drop. So moving forward, y'all, this is a good article. Members of the production staff have voiced several characters throughout the series, including Minty Lewis, Toby Jones, Andrew Salif, and Matt Price. The regular show cast recorded their lines together in a group as opposed to individual recording sessions for each actor. Now, I want to participate in doing voiceovers, and I am particularly, i.e. of college and high school and so on, not a fan of group studies, but for coming out together as a collective to do a voiceover presentation or whatever they call it, I would love to do that because I feel /think/know that if all of the parties are in the room together, kind of like how you and I are in this room together, just vibing and sharing, it would be more fun to go around the table or the booth reading off the script in character, acting like these different people. Oh, I'm Muscle Man, you can't say anything to me. Shut up, Muscle Man, you're too loud, we're in the movie. Oh, someone's touchy. It would just be so fun to go around that, and it would keep us in the air of youthful imagination. I really applaud all of the voice actors on regular show for that because you had to set aside the stereotypes of being adult. First of all, being a regular show voice actress or actor requires you to be so unbelievably comfortable in yourself. And you know, on this platform, look at me. I am a fully grown adult woman, and I come on here in onesies. I'll walk the streets in these puppies. Yes, in real life. So it takes a certain special group of people to be fully comfortable in themselves. And just thinking of this right now, it's a place in the space for everyone. Just like here on YouTube, it's obviously a place in the space for me. I have you guys who come in and watch the show, hit the thumbs up and put in your 2 cents. For example, I am CJR and Aaron Hoffman and Elay TV, who's always here. For some reason, Elay TV's always here when I'm here. Kind of creepy, but hey, well, that's for another day. Well, the regular show cast recorded their lines together in the group as opposed to individual recording sessions for each actor. A technique that later used for Pig Go Banana Cricket. This helped make the show's dialogue sound natural. I agree. I lost my place. Just one shining moment. The series regularly used guest voice actors from recurring characters such as, disclaimer, I may not pronounce you guys' names correctly, but I will say each name because you play a special role / and factor in making regular show possible. So once again, the series regularly used guest voice actors for recurring characters such as Stephen Blum, not to be confused with Blumhouse, Courtney Taylor, David Ogden Steers. Oh, that's an interesting name. Regular show. Can you please make a show specifically called David Ogden Steers? Just the title alone would make me want to watch. It could be so good. Is that a Jordan accent like me or Muscle Man? I'm just teasing. Woo! I guess so. You want to know a quick little story? I was originally born and raised in Michigan. Born and raised in Michigan all my whole little life. Well, even when I was up there working at Walmart, I would get asked, am I from here? To currently which I am residing. I am in Georgia right now. And I'm like, no, I was born and raised here in Michigan. And they're like, you have an accent. I'm like, I don't know how. Because my mom and boy, they sound like Muscle Man when they talk. No shade, no tea, but it's the unfortunate truth, man. It's funny how each child turns out differently from their parents. Thank you. Yeah, so I was originally born and raised in Saginaw, Michigan. The area code up there is 989, zip code 48601. My family and I have been in Georgia for quite some time, and I really feel at home here. I feel more welcomed here. It's difficult, of course, but you know why it's difficult? Because number one, the traffic, because there's more people. And when there's more people, there's more situations that arise. I.e., just click on the news and you'll see what I mean. But if you think about that factor, the bigger the city, the more problems there will be. That's just common. Because when people become wealthy, they always say more money, more problems. So it's the same difference. The bigger city, the more problems. But that's it. I love Georgia. But this helps makes the show dialogue sound natural. Thank you so much for that. We are on David Ogden Steers. I like that name and it should be made a show. Robin Atkin Downs, Jeff Bennett, Jennifer Hale, David K, Fred, Tatascore. Now that's an interesting name. Matthew Yankin and Jillian Holloway. A great group of names. You guys have some interesting names, and a couple of them could be incorporated into a cartoon. Can you believe this? Once again, I am reading from the wikipedia.com/wikipedia.com. I'm reading from wikipedia.com, guys. And it's a regular show, all right? I am down at the part where I've just read, it's called Production. As soon as I finished reading it, I thought I had some more. I finished right at the 25-minute marker. Now, for these regular shows and when my second videos, I want to keep it short, sweet, and simple. Number one, it's fun. Number two, I have other things to do around the house, you know, take care of home, cook meals, have some off-screen time for myself, spend time with the family, and just divide my time up so I don't get burned out. These second videos, when I come back on, are about a half hour, and I really have a good time. At this moment, I feel like I am currently in the library and I'm just chatting with you guys. Each video I come on, far as a stream or a live stream, there's always a different vibe every time it happens. This current vibe I'm really enjoying also. It's so peaceful. It's like we're just having a group chat and I'm kicking it with the gang. The cool kids is what I call you guys. Kicking it with the cool kids. Growing up, who didn't want to be a cool kid, low key? In my mind, as I grew older, I became a cool kid. Whew, but nonetheless, here we are, year 2025. I've graduated from high school and I feel like a cool kid on a bigger scale, like globally. That's how I see myself now. I feel like one of the cool kids globally. And since you are here, you are too. Because it takes somebody special to come sit around and watch a chick talk about cartoons in a onesie. Means you're comfortable when you're with yourself. I know I'm comfortable with myself. Excuse me as I look around. I was trying to find my mouse so I can click off this page, but that's not gonna happen. I'm looking all over the place. Excuse me while I get a sip of water. While I get a sip of water, you like my tumbler? Isn't it pretty? I have yet to see a tumbler like this in the stores. You want to know where I got this tumbler from? Should I say, you want to know where I got this tumbler / found it from? While I sip some water, yes, it's water, I give you a minute to guess where I found this thing of beauty. Right now, I wish this was ginger ale in here. I wish it was Verner's. Canada Dry is good too, but it lives up to its name. It's really dry, ginger ale. No, I found this at Goodwill. I found this at the Goodwill in Marietta. Isn't it pretty? And of course, I didn't pay over $5 for it because it came from Goodwill. I found this at a Goodwill in Marietta, Georgia. Excuse me, and it never fails. I usually burp once on these lives. So let me chat with y'all really quickly. Oh no, yeah, so I found this tumbler. I found this really cool tumbler at the local Goodwill. I like going to Goodwill. I haven't been there in a while, but there was a guy on YouTube who's complaining that since this recession, the prices have gone up unbelievably high. So I'm scratching my head hoping that that's not true for our area. So I put that in there for y'all to see, for the world to see. And also, I'm going to talk in here by typing just because I want to, and it's fun. There. Do you guys shop at do you guys like to shop at Goodwill? I'm typing that in here. Do you guys like to shop at Goodwill. My next question is this, I'll ask without typing. Oops, I put too many I's in there. WILL. Do you like Goodwill or Salvation Army the most? I can't say this. Salvation Army, they have the best winter coats compared to Goodwill, my opinion. I can't say that. And I'm going to put this emoji in there. Let me make sure I didn't miss out on any comments. Really? Yeah. And those sweaters are comfortable, aren't they? You dress correctly, you don't even have to walk outdoors with the coat. And you know how liberating that feels, not to have to be bogged down with a heavy coat. You just walk out the house. It makes the day-to-day a lot easier when it's like that. To me personally, it seems like I move around more effectively, quicker, knowing that I'm not tied down with a winter coat. I can't tell you this, the vest. A good vest with pockets, guys, it's a great substitution for a purse, or for you guys to have a fanny pack or a side satchel, or carry around a backpack, or a carry-on bag, because guys carry around stuff too, So I think a good vest with plenty of pockets is also a good substitution if you don't want to be tied down with a bag. See, thermals are the only way to go if you want mobility. Aren't thermals comfortable? It's like a walk-in sleeping bag. See, kind of like my onesie. It's like a walk-in snuggie. It technically is a walk-in snuggie. So that's how I feel. The way you feel about thermals is pretty much how I feel about walking in these onesies. It's like a luxurious type of feeling. It feels like you still can get where you want to go comfortably, still be presentable, and when you come home, it's like it's less maintenance. You don't really necessarily have to hang up anything in the coat room. You can just kick your shoes off, and that's practically it, and wash your hands, and it's like you never left the house at all. Now that's the type of comfort I'm talking about. And for some reason right now, keeping in that set of mind, coming home, have your thermals on, wash your hands, get back on the couch, keep the TV on, I would want a big bowl of mashed potatoes with gravy, some cut up carrots, and a Salisbury steak. Now, if that's not wintering, I don't know what is in that moment. Ooh, I cannot. I had to applaud just for painting that dreamy picture. And in this moment, if I can leap into time, I would go to winter just to get that moment in that meal. But in due time, winter will come. So I'll have to keep that in mind. Salisbury steak, homemade mashed potatoes, gravy, some cut up carrots. Now, what type of carrots, you might ask? I would want the full adult carrots, if that makes sense. I don't want the baby carrots. I want the regular carrots, chopped up into nice chunky rounds. I think for my memory, the first time I had some good food like that, meaning like getting introduced to putting carrots with mashed potatoes and a meat, was school lunch. Now, my mom made mashed potatoes and gravy, and we would have like our vegetable on the side. But to kind of put it together as one, yeah, grocery list saved. Don't that sound almost pretty? Some foods just sound pretty, and that is one of them. Food brings people together or apart if you just don't cook it right. Oh man, now that was funny. I made my own self laugh. I'm putting this cute little emoji on here, grocery list save at CJR. Let me put this in here. Let me see if I can add you. Let me see. Yep, there you are. Grocery list confirmed. GROCERY list confirmed. Totally. Grocery list is confirmed. I have another thing to say before I wrap up, because I want to close smooth the conversation we're having, which is some good food for the wintertime, and grocery list confirmed. Dinty Moore canned stew. That's a strong go-to, y'all. If you don't have the time, or you just simply don't want to take the time to make the food homemade, get you a nice big can of Dinty Moore stew. Get you your favorite potato, whip it on up. Get you a dinner roll. Now, would you want a dinner roll, a slice of bread, or a biscuit served with that? Or some crackers? I would want a dinner roll served with that. In this moment, I'm going to type it to in this moment. In this moment, I would want a dinner roll served SRV with this meal. Dog, I'm trying to spell served as S-E-R. I spell severed. Oh no, S-E. That poor child can't spell. S-E-A-R. Dang it, S-E-A-R-V. Let spell check rescue me. I tried. S-E-R-V-E-D. I would want a dinner roll served with this meal. In. Hang on, I saw you're coming. I'm struggling trying to spell words right. P-A-R-T-I-C-U-L-A-R. Incorrect. Oh, come on. Dear computer, you know we are live. Yes, LA, I know. Okay, so your comment said, look, is that supposed to be lasagna? Like on Teen Titans Go, they were like lasagna. I wonder if I have a lasagna emoji. No. Let me look for potato. P-O-T. There's potato and stew. Ooh wee. So what I want to put in the emoji in reference to what we're talking about is potato and stew, and wrap it up right there. I had a great time. Lag. Well, my name is LA, pronounced like my connection. Yes, weird, because on my cell phone it's coming in clear. My mini computer is showing that it's lag, and I don't get it because I'm not streaming from here. I'm actually streaming from my Android. So perhaps I might have, you know what, I might have too many tabs open. But yeah, thank you for coming in reference to that. Yeah, the lag is real. I'll have to see how many other tabs I have open in addition. But this time around, I actually went over about 10 minutes, because usually my second videos I do are about half hour. But I really had a good time hanging in here talking about something in addition to regular show, and that's some good food. And now I had to make a list. I have a digital list on here, but I need to physically write it on paper, so I can plan to make this for tomorrow's meal. Tonight, we're gonna have leftovers with squash. Now, I keep calling this squash, guys. It is called, I see the picture in my head. We are having Polish sausage with cabbage. Yes, cabbage and Polish sausage. We're gonna have that. Finish up the leftovers. Don't want to make food. You don't want to waste any food, especially right now. Finish up those leftovers, and then I'll plan for tomorrow's meal. Taking it easy all the way, taking it easy to the max. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you, and I really enjoyed just chatting and kicking it with someone else who's just as cool as myself. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. I had a wonderful time kicking it with you guys. Until next time, the best currency you have on this planet, at least here on Earth, is to always be yourself. I love you all. Have a great night. Bye-bye.